When you open up a new world in Minecraft, you stand in front of a big decision. A big decision that has to be made. Do you want to play this game in survival mode, in creative, or in hardcore?
Hey, Vsauce, Michael here.
This decision is going to turn Minecraft into 3 whole different games. So let's say you choose survival mode. You start in this empty world and you're weak and fragile. You begin punching trees by hand, so you can craft your first primitive wooden tools. And you struggle with hunger, and with the danger of the monsters that are coming out in the night. Your first shelter isn't beautiful, but it's functional. In survival mode, you start with nothing. Every block has to be earned, and it becomes a part of a bigger thing. There are no shortcuts, no secret paths. Every mistake you make can have huge consequences, and the more effort you put in, the more fun you have playing the game. The only currency you have is your time. This ugly first shelter is indeed very ugly, but it's meaningful. Just as much as your second bigger house, and the first village you find, the first time that you enter the nether, and so on. And on hardcore mode, every single of these feelings just gets cramped up to the maximum. Because now you just have one life. Like in reality. And if you die, it's over, you don't respawn. You stay dead and the game is over. So from now on, your home is much more than this functional place where you survive the first night until you get something better. Your dirt house becomes a safe space for you. And every food you find buys you some time in this world. Everything becomes way more meaningful, because the consequences are now so much bigger. And then, there is a third mode. The creative mode. You load in and wow! You have from the beginning on, every single block, in an unlimited amount. And not a single enemy can lay a finger on you. Oh shit! An infinite amount of creativity is now possible. You can build everything you want, exactly how you want it. And you can shape this world in a scale not comparable to survival or to hardcore mode. You are a god, with no limits. You can build a giant mansion. You can fight the Ender Dragon without even a single moment of danger. For a short while, this makes actually a lot of fun. But then, slowly, your playstyle kinda changes. At the beginning you had kind of the same goals as you had in survival or hardcore. To let your imagination reform this world and create a beautiful and safe home. And to reach your achievements. But actually, why should you? Because again, you're basically God in creative mode. The night filled with monsters is just as undangerous as the day. Your mansion, filled with every tool you need, is just as useless as the dirt house, because you don't really need any tools. If you, for example, want to acquire this mighty diamond sword, you don't need to chop wood to turn them into boards, to turn them into sticks. And then you also don't need to get into the depth of the world to find diamonds. And again, with the constant fear of dying, to assemble this new piece of equipment that is going to accompany you from now on. No, you just have to go to the menu and take it. Just like that. And you wouldn't need to get a sword anyways in the first place. Because again, you can't die. You can basically kill any enemy with your fist. It's just going to take longer. Everything in creative mode is predictable. There are no single surprises. And soon you start to get bored. And you're going to experiment with fire and with explosions. You start burning up forests and then villages. And then you blow up small things. And then you start to create bigger and bigger explosions. And this makes fun for approximately 20 minutes. And then? What's now? You're done. You don't need to play this game for tens of hours to get your elytra, because you can fly anyways. There is a famous proverb. It goes like, give a man nothing, and he's going to build a paradise. But give a man everything, and he's going to destroy it. The meaning of life is that it has consequences and an end. At least in Minecraft. If you go into a store and buy a gold medal, it's basically meaningless. But if you train for years, optimize your diet and beat the competition, this necklace becomes something meaningful. If you wouldn't have any consequences in your life, it would soon turn into a loop of nightmares. So maybe this is the point of Minecraft and of your actual life. Meaning isn't found in having everything. It's built when you start with nothing, and the paradise needs to be earned. It's not granted. My name is Miguel Costa. Thank you for attention. I hope you appreciated this video. I got no green screen. It's kinda cool. Thank you all very much for your kind and motivating comments on my last video. Oh my god, so cute. And see you guys on the next video.